Hello, online learning class. Okay, today I'm going to take you through a walkthrough through Module 4. Okay, so I've started us here on our home page. And to get into Module 4, just a refresher, we go to Course Resources and click Content. And then I'm not sure if this is what comes up for you, but if Module 4 isn't the one that comes up, and it probably won't be, it'll be Module 3 or the last one you did, you want to look over here on the left-hand side. Just scroll down this until you get to Module 4. Once Module 4 comes up, we have our inquiry questions, but you always want to start with the top heading, the very, very top, especially for this module. So we're going to click on Cognitive Development, Language Development, and Intelligence. Okay, so this is going to open Module 4. Here we go. And what I want to draw your attention to is I want you to look at the summative task first, okay? You're going to actually start with the summative. I realize that sounds a little bit weird starting with the end because it's divided in two parts. Part 1 is going to be the summative task. And then you're going to do formative tasks in between, and then you're going to come back and finish the summative. So big picture, what we're doing is you're going to create a game. Like literally, I mean like a board game, a video game, a fun educational game that promotes cognitive development, okay? And then you can read through here through the rest of the descriptors, but that is essentially our big picture goal for Module 4. So to see specifically what I need to do first, I'm going to click on Answer under Summative Assessment Task. This is step 1. Scroll this down. How can a game promote cognitive development? This is our overarching question. So this assignment will be in 2 parts. The original plan is to submit here, so this is your Dropbox link, before moving on to the formative assessments. And what I want you to come up with initially is actually the outline for your game. Is it going to be a board game? Is it going to be a physical game? And by that I mean like tag or hide and go seek style. Is it going to be card game? What type of game is it going to be? And then following along here, how many players, what are the parts, what's the target age group, give it a title, and essentially you're going to pretend that you're promoting this game to an actual company. So do a little research about companies. So like for board games, there's Hasbro. For video games, there's Ubisoft. Think about different companies that you could actually pitch your game to. And this initial outline here is what you're going to submit to me before you even do any of the readings on Module 4. So we can always come back and change this, okay? This is not locked in forever, and I actually anticipate once you do all the research through Module 4, you are going to want to come back and modify your game plan. And that to me is going to show critical thought. It's going to show your growth through this unit. So you're not locked into anything here. I just want a general outline to begin with. In saying that, don't just give me some random garbage. This should be the model that you're going to continue with through the rest. Okay, so this is part 1. This is where you're going to begin Module 4. So once you've completed this, you will submit it here to the Dropbox. Then you will actually move on to the Module 4.1 tasks. So I'm just going to scroll up here and choose Module 4. Takes us back to our Module 4 homepage, and we're going to go down to 4.1. Okay? And 4.1 has its own summative assessment task. And so what we're going to think about is always referring back to your game design from the first part now. What aspects of your game's goals are linked to an individual's cognitive and language development? And for this task, you're going to need to use 3 different cognitive and language development theories to support your reasoning. What the heck are cognitive language theories? Well, that's what we actually need to learn about in Module 4. So we're going to explore our secondary questions. So here they are, and we'll just click on the first one to get started. So 4.1.1, here are our exploratory questions. There is no slideshow to create this time. I do not need to see your answers to these questions. So the questions are for you to learn and inform the planning of your game design. So the question will be listed here under exploratory activities. Your suggested resources are here. This is where you're going to get all the information to answer that summative task for 4.1, to be able to explain what cognitive development theories your game will be addressing. So read through all the research, take good detailed notes, link it back to what's said here in the exploratory activities, and then move on to 4.1.2. Okay, same thing. More research for you to do. Take detailed notes and think about how you can implement the things you're researching in your game design. Once you've done all this research, go back 4.1.3. Okay. Again, we've got a little bit of a guiding focus here. We've got a model of cognitive development, more research, more notes. This is inquiry-based learning. This is you independently working through this process. Okay. And then, of course, when you're done all of this, you could just click on this bottom arrow and it will take you to your summative task for 4.1, okay? And it'll take you to the Dropbox, and this is where you will submit your answer to this, okay? So this is the first part of your game, and for 4.1, you're basically explaining what cognitive developments your game will enhance. Okay, once you've submitted that to the Dropbox here, then go back to Module 4, and we'll move on to 4.2. So we're designing a game. We've looked at how our game is going to support cognitive development. 4.2, we're going to look at our game's target audience. How can our game support individual differences throughout the lifespan? So we might have a target audience of children, but are those children going to need to play this game with their adults? Are they going to play this with their friends? Can they play with the younger brothers and siblings? So how exactly is this going to work for various age groups across the lifespan? So again, we need to understand the development cognitively through the lifespan and look at different models. So we'll click on our exploratory questions. Click on the first one to get started. And same thing, we'll just follow the instructions under the exploratory questions. Nothing to submit. Same thing here, nothing to submit. Just do the research. This here will guide you how you can use the research from the suggested resources in your response, in your game planning. I was like, just keep clicking down here to go forward. Still nothing to submit, just more questions to narrow down your research focus. And so you understand what I mean by target audience, age group, special needs, mental health needs, cognitive development needs, that sort of thing, physical limitations. How are you going to address that? So again, the research is all here. Continue clicking on the bottom. And then I get to my submission site for my formative task for 4.2, hand it into the Dropbox. Once I've completed that, and all of these are about a week apart. So 4.1 has a due date early November, I think, and then 4.2 is the next Wednesday, and then 4.3, which we're going to move to right now, is the following Wednesday. So you basically get a week to get through each of these sections. So we'll go to 4.3.1. Now, when we get to 4.3, now I need you to hand in a little bit, just a little bit to me. So the first one is going to be a recap. So if you already did your recap in Module 3, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a short little video answering a question that I posed. So you will do that again once you get to 4.3. That is the only thing that you need to hand in for 4.3. The next question down here is, again, just for your own informing, for your own research, doing the research below, clicking moving forward. In 4.3.2, you're going to have to do a discussion forum answer. So not a Dropbox, you're just going to follow this link right here and you're going to answer this question in the discussion forum. Okay, and again, the information for that answer is found in the suggested resources below. So that's done. We'll move forward again. And in 4.3.3, you need to watch a video. And again, we'll have another discussion post response. Okay, so nothing in the Dropbox, just you writing your response in the discussion post, which you'll access right here. And as always, the research is at the bottom. So finally, rounding out 4.3, what you actually need to submit is the formative assessment task 4.3, which is what aspects of intelligence are actually targeted in your game. So that's what, and of course, all of 4.3 has been looking at different aspects of intelligence and sort of the ways that we learn. Think of intelligence that way, right? We've got our auditory learners, kinesthetic learners, visual learners. Those are different types of intelligence. So which aspects are being targeted by your game? Submit that to the Dropbox. And then you will come back to that summative task. The summative task that we did the very first part of, which was promoting our game. Now we're going to move into, now after we've done all the learning, after you've looked at the theories, the different types of intelligences, the target audience, addressing special needs, now you're going to come back and revise and finalize your game proposal. You're going to make changes to your original idea. So you're going to show the progression of your thinking. Maybe you thought you had a great educational game to start with. Now you know how to tweak it to better address the needs of the various ages of people playing it. And so we have outlined here all the information I need in your final game proposal. Okay, this has been a very long video, so I'm going to set it off now, but I hope that everything is clear. If not, flick me off an email. Module 4, like I said, we're working it a little bit differently, larger gaps between due dates, so this is a time of reprieve, bit of breathing room in there, but it's also a dangerous time because you could fall behind because you think, oh, I've got a whole week, and then you procrastinate and you realize it's due the next day, and there's a lot of reading and research you need to get caught up on. So stay on top of things. Make sure you're still logging in every day, do a little bit of research every day so that you don't end up falling behind, because we're still moving on to Module 5 in December, and that might have a little bit heavier load. Okay, but enjoy this reprieve, but stay on top of things. Awesome. Good luck. Talk to you soon.